As I drove through Utah, my mom told me how Iran had reopened all the gyms and pools despite Corona, and one of her friends was thinking of going. It'd be better to just jog outside, I said. Outside? My mom said with a laugh. Are you kidding, boy? They have to wear veil. Since the 1979 Islamic Revolution, Iranian women have been forced to wear a veil or hijab in public. How can a woman go jog in summer with veil, Pirooz? And now it's COVID. You have to wear mantle and mask on top of that? It's impossible to jog. I forgot all about this because I had the privilege of living in America and being a man and never thinking about what women were going through in Iran. If you even show a little bit of your hair in Iran, police come get you. I had heard about this from one of my younger cousins, how the morality police imprison women for wearing what the government thought were tight pants or showing their hair, especially if they were pretty. The morality police once stop and arrest me in the street for my outfit, my relative had told me, but they arrest me because I look beautiful and they want to give me a hard time. Beauty is forbidden here. Then she told me how guys cruised around Tehran and catcalled her, even with all that on, but she'd still have to scream out for her mother to come out of a store as she was waiting because she'd be afraid they'd try and kidnap and rape her, which is what had been happening to a lot of women these days. My mother told me to yell if guys ever did that again. But do you know what I did? I told them I'd film them and send it to Mahsa Alinejad. Do you know who she is? She's the activist who has been sharing videos on her Facebook of girls who have been harassed to help put a stop to it.
He called me ugly woman. You're ruining the image of Iran. And I said, wait a minute, I'm not ruining the image of Iran, I'm ruining the image of the oppressors.
Over the past 6 years, many Iranian women and girls have been sending photographs and videos of themselves in public without hijabs to her. Some girls who have been harassed share videos and pictures of the masseh of the men who harassed them, and these videos have gone viral. I got quiet for a second. The car was still grooving along, Utah's rocks on either side of me now. Do you know women are stoned to death for having an affair here? And if the husband is the one who was in the wrong, they can just blame it on her? Yes, women have no rights in this country. This regime is worse than ISIS. I'm telling you, it's no different. They've hijacked our country. I hear you, I said. I messaged you a picture, she told me. Look at it. It's a woman in a hijab holding up her passport. In the passport picture, you see this modern woman. That picture is from pre-Islamic Revolution Iran. And she looks like a modern woman. But you'd think she was in the Middle Ages and she's in today's Iran. This regime has really taken us backwards, Pirooz. You need to tell your viewers about this. Since I've been making these episodes about the world between Iran and America, people have been writing from all over, but my family and other Iranians have been some of the most vocal fans, telling me what to do next. Pirooz, for your next episode, you need to start with this poem, my dad texted me. Pirooz, everyone, they say they can't wait for your episodes, my mom was telling me just then on the phone. I had pulled over at this point for gas and a drink. It was way too hot. I couldn't imagine driving with a mantle or having to deal with morality police on top of that, or the lack of equal rights, or men catcalling with all those extra layers and the fear of being kidnapped. You should be thankful, I heard my relative's voice say again. So grateful your father brought you to America and saved you and your brother's lives. It was early morning. I was drinking an ice water outside a gas station in Utah. The manager of the place came out and chatted about timetables for getting to Kansas City. He thought I was a trucker. I told him I was driving a VW and pointed to it. You can haul ass then, he told me. You'll hit Kansas pretty soon. Then he told me about his life and why he chose to live in Utah. That he was too overweight to do the job in solar farming like he'd gone to school for. But that being a manager of a gas station was the best job in the middle of nowhere, and he had a chance for advancement. I figure it's the best job around here in the middle of nowhere. Then he told me the nearest theater was 150 miles away, and he wasn't really worried about COVID and figured it was some conspiracy by the government. People are dying in California, I said. Maybe it doesn't seem like it here because you got such empty spaces. Could be right. He nodded. Then we started talking about Star Wars because he mentioned theaters. He told me he had a robot R2-D2 that could get him a beer. It was $800, he told me. Once his arm broke, that was it. You got rid of it? It was like $400 to replace the part. I just let it go. Then he told me about being abused as a kid and how tough that was. But then he turned his life around after being sent to a psych ward after beating up his bully. After I stood up to the bully, I wasn't scared anymore. I dislocated his jaw when I threw him into some lockers. That was pretty crazy. But, you know, he didn't bother me no more. I imagine my life in Delaware again. I didn't get abused by my sister, or fight bullies for being overweight, or wear a mantle, or deal with the morality police. Well, good luck on your trip, sir, the manager told me. Thanks, I said, and got into the car. Next stop, Kansas.
تو این جدایی من بودم و fascinated by this right now. He's never seen anything like this. He's like, what is that thing?